Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com back for another Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. My last video had some holiday cheer, some positivity, talking about Alejandro Villanueva. Today, I'm going to be the Grinch, unfortunately, talk about some negativity from the Buffalo Bills game. Talking about Jaylen Samuels today, and I'm not pinning the loss against Buffalo on Jaylen Samuels. This is just opportunity he had to play more snaps than really any other game this season. And I think you're seeing some of the deficiencies in this game, stuff we knew, but Jalen Samuels being billed as the third down, 2 minute offense, passing type back. And, he's comfortable in space that a lot of at NC State, but in terms of the complete package as a pass down back, he's not there. And I think primarily where he struggles is in pass protection, and that is the subject of today's video. I actually showed this clip in the last video on Villanueva. You'll see his long arm and his trap here, but I want to put the focus and attention on Jalen Samuels. And reader viewer Grant had pointed this out as well. Watch Jalen here just pick up this nickel blitz here from this the cornerback Teron Johnson, who would then pick off Big Ben. But more to the point here, Jalen's able to recognize and pick it up, but the hand placement's outside, and he just gets pushed backwards into the pocket into Ben, who luckily completes the pass to Eric Ebron for a 13-yard gain. But Samuels, you're going to be able to be anchor and stout and strong and pass pro. I know it's not a fun thing to do, and it's hard to take on a DB with a full head of steam. But you see Samuels, who's not a big, not a huge guy, not in the size of Connor, but obviously not a small guy either. But just doesn't really have the strength or the technique to really adequately pick some of this stuff up, and you see him kind of get blown back here. And that's the overall theme you'll see in these couple of clips here is just a guy that just gets overpowered in pass pro. And so that's one issue when you ask him to pass protect against blitzes and linebackers, it's a struggle. Real clear evidence of that in this clip. Samuels, this is on 3rd and 4, obviously facing an aggressive, mugging the A gap and the B gap here, like Buffalo likes to do on 3rd down. Here, they're going to bring the linebacker here in the B gap, and Samuels recognizes it, and he picks it up, and he's his eyes are up, and he's got good posture, but the hands are outside, the strength isn't there, and you see him just get blown up, get leverage. He's too tall, gets thrown back in the bend. Essentially, I think that clearly does affect the throw, which is short, incomplete to Eric Ebron. And so Samuels just probably either needs to eat up some more grass and get a little bit closer. But I just think overall his punch, his placement, overall strength is not good enough. And he gets blown up here by the blitzing linebacker. So quick look from the end zone view, kind of do it frame by frame. So again, the punch, you see hands outside. The linebacker, his hands are inside into the chest of Samuels. Obviously, going to get you driven back. That's what happens here. Right in the bend, hits his arm, affects the throw, pass is incomplete. And look at it from the aerial view right here. How far back Samuels gets pushed into the pocket, right in the bend, gets driven back, and just does not have the strength to really hold up in pass pro. Finally, this is the first sack the Pittsburgh Steelers have allowed since Week 8, and I'm not gonna blame all of this on Jalen Samuels. And this is a longer story that we're not going to focus today about some of these blitz schemes that Buffalo ran last year that just killed the Steelers, and this happened again on the sack here, where there's just communication breakdowns between right tackle Chukwuma Okorafor and Jalen Samuels, where they both go to the blitzing DB. No one picks up linebacker Matt Milano, and sacks Ben for the first time in nearly 300 pass attempts. Now, is this where Samuel should be on the linebacker and a core four on the DB, or vice versa? It's a six-man protection. Samuel's just checking the A gaps first. He's going to block opposite the center slide. So Pouncey's going to slide to the right, pick up this linebacker if he comes. Samuel's to the left, pick up this linebacker if he comes. And on the snap here, you see to Pouncey's side, his guy comes. The other guy drops out, so Samuels is okay here to come down initially, and he does recognize he can get his eyes outside for any other potential blitzers. But should he pick up Milano? Should he pick up the DB? There's miscommunication here between Okorafor and Samuels. This split scheme just absolutely ruined the Steelers last year with Duck Hodges as a quarterback, happening again with Ben. So again, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is 100% Samuels' fault. It could be on him, could be on Okorafor. I really can't make heads or tails of the situation, but you're just seeing issues with Samuels and pass pro where the two clips before not good enough. Here you give up a sack, and just it's hard to trust this guy in pass pro. Obviously, he's not played a whole lot this season, but because of the injury, especially James Conner in this game with that quad, and because the Steelers were down in this one, they want to use Samuels as more of a pass game option. But overall, I mean, I know that's what he's billed as and what he was drafted to be. And to be fair, He was not drafted to pass protect. He did not do it in college at NC State. He was a receiver. He very rarely, you have to go back to like his sophomore year to find any examples of Jaylen Samuels in pass pro. When Matthew Days went down, they kind of had to throw him in there. The results were not that pretty. But Samuels, even as a receiver, his hands are poor. There's not a lot of elusiveness, explosiveness, very few big plays from Jaylen Samuels. And so I know he's billed as that pass down back, but I just don't see it in pass pro as a receiver. And assuming James Conner's playing elsewhere, next season this team will have to find another running back and probably someone that can be more of a true, third down type back, someone that can catch, make big plays, and hopefully someone a little bit better in pass pro. I think Benny Snell could do it, but he's not going to be as much of an asset as a receiver as maybe they would like him to be. So that's the video for today. Again, not blaming the loss on Jalen Samuels, but that was a recurring theme. Wanted to point that out quickly to you guys about Samuels' struggles in pass protection and how vital that is for a running back, especially when you're down late in a game. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll talk to you soon.